Welcome on in, Aquarius. Welcome to your Unrushed reading. We are going to clear the space for the Aquarians. Thank you, Spirit, for messages. Messages for Aquarius in October 2023. No, this is not a timeless reading. It's a right now, right here, right now reading. How about that? Yeah. Thank you, Spirit, for your presence, for clear messages. Thank you, thank you. And those of you joining in, don't know what in the heck happened. Was the 10-minute reading? Well, Aquarians were my most engaged audience, along with Scorpio. And on YouTube, Aquarians gave the most comments. So, but on TikTok, the most engaged, along with tied there with Scorpio. So, yeah, Scorpio is going to be getting an Unrushed reading as well, along with Capricorn for the most viewed, and Aries also had the most comments, tied with Scorpio on TikTok. So there we go. But back to Aquarius. Let's start out. I just want to get a dial tone with these, some of these oracle decks, and we'll get into a spread and we'll see where Spirit leads us. But just find out what the general energy is. What are the issues that Aquarius... Turn this music down before YouTube does something regrettable. We've got these peeking out. Uh-oh. The arousing, creative completion. Well, love it, because at the end of this month we do have a lunar eclipse in Taurus on the 28th. So yes, you will be closing something out. We all will collectively. It might take the next 6 months to see very clearly what it is. It will have to do with, your home and maybe even your career, public versus private life really getting lit up. My God, we can talk about that. We'll see if it comes out in the cards. But we Aquarians, we've had a lot of stuff going on with movement and destabilization, and it's hard on us, especially if you're like me and some other Aquarians I know who have other fixed placements, right? We're fixed signs. We don't like all this movement, and we're not about it. Okay, I'm double fixed and I just want to anchor down. And I try to flex and flow with the energies. I try to tap into my Pisces stellium, which is, mutable. But at this point, I want off the ride. Okay, I'm getting a little, motion sickness here. Okay, we want off of it. So, woohoo! Finish line. And you know what? This eclipse in Taurus is going to close out the last 1.5 years that we've had of eclipses in Taurus and Scorpio. So God bless you if you're an Aquarian with, Taurus or Scorpio placements prominent. Oh my gosh, really trigger city. Okay, and any fixed placements, Leo. Yeah, they're getting affected by this lunar eclipse on the 28th pretty profoundly. Okay, but this is saying, creative, active yang energy, strength, tenacity, dynamism, inspiration, heaven, masculinity, authority, father. So we'll see. I mean, I am seeing some masculine energy both here, so this might really be speaking strongly to the masculine Aquarians, or even if you're like me, feminine Aquarian, Men are in some way showing up relevantly, prominently in your life, or you're being asked to step more into your masculine energy. Not a fan of this card, ain't gonna lie. The arousing, a shock, a crisis, upheaval, awe-inspiring, dramatic power shifts, unpredictability, a shakeup. That's a wake up. Oh God, can I press the snooze button on that? Or where's the easy button? I don't want any more of that. I'm just getting a little bit nosy right now. I don't want to just, what the heck is that about? What is that arousing about? Actually, I'm done. I don't want to be aroused anymore. How about that? Like, I don't like the kind of arousal that's been going on lately. Could we get a different kind? Because, you know, oh, shit. Oh, God. No, say it isn't so. All right, we got a King of Wands. Uh-oh. Been a breakup here. Breakup alert. I don't know, some of y'all been dealing with a Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, maybe Gemini, but it looks like it's a breakup. But I just heard breakup to makeup. Somebody's we're gonna see where that goes. All right, but he's looking at it. He's looking at it, and you know, sometimes that Lover's card in reverse might have to do with, you know, shadow aspects coming out in partnerships where, let's say you don't have a breakup, but it's like it's some kind of upheaval occurs in this relationship where somebody's got to take a, you know, sober look at their dark side and the imbalances in the relationship, and maybe misalignment of values in that relationship, or being indecisive. Some of you, I don't know, this is major arcana stepping in, and this is kind of, I'm getting a vibe here. Something is closing out, and it might happen quite suddenly or unexpectedly, or not in the way that you had anticipated, having to do with a masculine. Someone is creating closure in a way that you had not. I'm getting a very Uranian vibe off of that lightning there. Okay, like suddenly, unexpectedly. Oh, goodness. Well, let's see. Let's see about, you know, we do have a new moon coming up. We have a new moon coming up on the 14th. Solar eclipse in Libra on the 14th. So collectively, this is a new time in partnerships, a brand new beginning. So look at the one and creating something, yang energy. So I'm getting a beginning and an ending here, and it might be how you do partnerships, how you overcome obstacles in partnerships, possibly involving a fire sign. Fire sign may be relevant, okay? Please show me the energy for this new moon in Libra, the solar eclipse in Libra. Please show me. Well, it has to do with trust issues. Who can you trust? Who can you trust, Aquarius? That egg moon, I'm also getting some new beginning, right? And it might have to do with self-love. Well, we know we can trust ourselves, right? Maybe not much of anybody else, but hey. Let's see with that lunar eclipse in Taurus on the 28th, what it is that having to release and let go of. That's going to happen in our 4th house of home, family, sense of belonging. What is Aquarius being asked to release with the lunar eclipse in Taurus? It might have something to do with possessions, values, self-worth issues, which is kind of echoing back to something happening on the 14th with that. Some of you may step into a new way of valuing yourself and the way you show up in relationships, okay? There's a new beginning in a relationship on the 14th that is going to usher in, and I'm getting a feeling like it's going to make it easier to let go, right? Because I'm seeing his hands up in the air, like you might be cautious about this new beginning, because I'm getting kind of a stop energy here. Like, whoa, 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 I don't know about that. That's not quite the way I saw things going down, or that I didn't see that one coming. I see this kind of, and I'm getting a lot of red with, like, yet, in the final analysis, whatever this new beginning is, it is making it easier to let go and surrender to releasing something, okay? What is Aquarius being asked? Surrender your attachment to results. Tell me about it. I feel like I've been getting my ASS spanked on that for the last, I'm losing track of the years now. Oh God, okay. The formula for success is to do all you can to make things happen, then let go of the results. Holding on too lightly to a desired outcome can sabotage it. Well, yeah, I mean, listen. This is reaching a point of surrender, like, hell if I know. Hell if I know. Bring it. Whatever. I mean, what else could go right or wrong? I don't know anymore. All right. And this is at the foundation. Surrender your addictions. Whether you're addicted to substances, food, people, sex, or overworking, take action to begin to heal the addiction and replace it with healthier alternatives. I am getting that it's about a way of life. I'm hearing something about a way of life. And particularly if we go back to this solar eclipse on the 14th in Libra, the way that you thought, your beliefs, right? Your perspective, your philosophy on life, the way that you thought life was supposed to go or relationships were supposed to be done, I'm hearing out the window. Out the window. Fun times, right? And during that solar eclipse on the 14th, we do have Venus in the 8th house. So, I mean, on the positive, that's bringing more money, more of other people's resources getting drawn to you. It's really positive in that respect also. 8th house is about sexuality, intimacy, empowerment, okay? So you could be attracting more of that into your life. But at the same time, Saturn will be opposing it in the 2nd house. So there's something having to do with self-worth issues and personal values and it might be a karmic issue, and it's a thing you've been carrying around for a long, long time. And I'm going to tell you, this is what I'm getting intuitively off of this. And again, as an Aquarius stellium, I can relate this. This is requiring of me to look at the results of my life as not necessarily a commentary on my own personal value. We've got a lot of people who are being robbed in broad daylight by inflation, taxes, regulations, you name it. I could go on down the list, okay? They're being robbed of their value, of their life's work. Does it mean they're worthless? Because their bank account seems to be saying so. No. Trust issues really getting triggered again. Some of you have put a lot of work into your relationships, your partnerships, and we're in the midst of a loneliness epidemic. And you've been being told to do your shadow work and love yourself. Just love yourself. I don't know why you can't just love yourself, and you've been doing all of that, but you know, this is what you got to show for it, because a lot of people are not doing their shadow work. They're not in self-love. Is that your fault? No. Does that mean you don't deserve better? Nope. Yeah, you're probably dealing with people who have trust issues. I mean, at this point, who doesn't? You know? But I think Spirit is trying to get you to see your value and what's going on in your life, to empower you and to bring you more intimacy and closeness and trust in your relationships. It's like it's going to happen through a totally different, not the way you had expected it, maybe not with the person you had expected. Let me see overall what the energy is with this over the next 6 months with this eclipse activity. And really, with Venus being in that 8th house, it's going to set the tone actually over the next 6 months of you getting more intimacy, you attracting more intimacy and empowerment in your relationships with others. So that is nice. That is lovely. But again, it might not happen the way that it might come through having to do shadow work, not just within yourself, because some of you have already been there, done that. You're like, well, what about me partnering with somebody who is doing the work or will do it with me? Okay. That's a big ask these days, right? Have faith in your dreams. Bring love into the situation. A new romantic cycle begins. Expect powerful change. Wow. All right, so I am going to kind of put this off to the side, and I want to get into a spread, and we'll see if these topics come up again. But yeah, I want to get into a spread to see what the tarot has to say about it, okay? And I have a little doggy. I don't know if you can hear her, but she's, I'm kind of pet sitting right now for a neighbor. Hopefully she'll be okay during this reading. Please show me for Aquarius 5-card spread, Spirit. What does Aquarius need to know? That wanted to flip. That was a Knight of Knight of Swords. Some decision being made, okay? Somebody making a decision, and yeah, you know, might have to do with love. Love. Might also have to do with healing something and opening up emotions, okay? I'm getting something about emotional honesty, okay? We've been in a very reclusive energy over the last month or so, from what I can tell with the readings. Oh, sweet Jesus, look at that tower. Somebody's making a decision to let something fall out, and again, I'm getting something about a sudden awareness. The decision is based upon a sudden awareness of what? Of what? Damn. Damn. Golly. The drama of it. Seriously. I don't like where this is going. Can we start this over or something? I don't like that. Both of these cards speak of ending. This is a betrayal, not just once, but multiple times. Multiple betrayals. And then there's separation, and somebody's just getting on from it, like, I'm gonna move on. I don't want any more of this. And I'm getting something about, I'm hearing enough, and yet somebody's taken the swords with them, and they keep seeing through the swords. Everything is being seen through the swords of what happened. Okay, 5 card spread, please show me. Scorpio might be relevant. I should have said that. With that, Scorpio season might be relevant. You know, let's get into October. Shoot. Okay. Please show me 5 card spread. 5 card spread. Please show me. Well, what do you know? 5 of Swords, the same damn card that came out in the outcome for the last reading I did for y'all that was on TikTok. And, well, I posted it elsewhere, Instagram, YouTube, but it was the last 5 card spread, and this is where we left off. This is where we left off, that there's a lack of agreement here. There may have actually been an argument for some of you. At bare minimum, if no words were spoken, this is we're not on the same page, and I'm going to do what I got to do to win, even if it means you losing. Okay? I don't like that energy. I really don't like that energy. The main issue here is somebody's trying to make some plans with their life. Hence, I go back to that Knight of Swords. Somebody is trying to take decisive action. The main issue is, well, what decision do I take or make? Okay? And this might have to do with partnering. This might have to do with traveling. But, you know, I'm getting, again, this very contemplative vibe. I think it's you, Aquarius. And in the past, it looks like possibly an Aries is relevant here, but I'm also getting somebody try to get a brand new start. Somebody tried to take a leap of faith. Somebody took a chance. In the future, 7 of Wands in reverse, somebody is just kind of giving up. Somebody's given up on this. I'm not sure why, but some of you are really protective at this point. I'm going to find out why. Oh, at the foundation, here we go with the Lover's card. This may be somebody that you were actually, you know, had a sexual union with, or some kind of partnership, maybe business partnership for some of you. Gemini might be relevant here, but notice that's the second time that card came out in 2 different decks, okay? And then in the outcome, 8 of Cups in reverse. Somebody's trying to emotionally disconnect, but they cannot. I don't know why I just heard never go to war where there are no spoils, okay? Never go to war where there are no spoils. Alright, what's going on with this? Trying to make plans. Let me actually sit with this for a moment. You wanted something, and you still do. What is the problem here? What does Aquarius want? There's the Stars card. These are your ambitions, okay? These are your dreams, your wishes, your ideals. Maybe having to do with a soulmate. There's that masculine energy again. Family room, adjudication. So you got, might have to do with it's a, you know, a family matter or a masculine, and something having to do with legalities, okay? Are kind of, I'm getting there, it's, ooh, okay, so there's some kind of faded energy that's really all altering your plans is what I'm getting out of this, okay? Put that over there. And that might be why you're being told to just kind of let go of, you know, the way that you think it needs to be, okay? Because what I'm seeing is that there's other things going on here, and I'm also getting like there's legal situations that are impacting you and your plans and your family, and possibly a masculine. There's faded energies. I'm getting like it's I don't want to sound hooey-dooey or, you know, like everything is out in the ethers, but I am getting this vibe like your options, your choices, your plans in terms of how you are going to direct your course in life at this point is there's a lot of faded energy at play. That is, I'm getting this vibe like it's kind of narrowing it down, right? Like I am not really seeing a 7 of Cups, which would say, oh, you've got a lot of options. Or maybe you're hoping and wishing that you do. No, I think this is like, this or that. This way or that way. This person or not this person. Or, you know, it's kind of limited, to be honest, and it's limited because of all this faded energy. What's going on not only within your astrological chart, your energetic field, but the people around you in your family life, and an important male energy. Yeah, maybe a soulmate, okay? Please tell me more about this Fool. Well, that just flipped over. Okay, we'll take it. There's the Star card, Aquarius, 4 of Wands, Lovers in reverse yet again. My God, this is going to be the 3rd time that dang card came out. And 4 of Swords. Okay, and then at the foundation, 2 cards about healing. So what needs to get healed here is this shadow energy that is showing up around you, and yeah, it's showing up around a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And we're getting a bit of a synchronicity here where this issue of trust is coming up yet again. What can you trust, Aquarius? Because you try to get a fresh, brand new start. You try to clean the slate. You tried to maybe not be so serious. Maybe you did try for a time and a season to let this go. Okay? Honestly, I mean, I'm not getting that this situation landed like it. I mean, I'm just, as an Aquarius, I personally feel it should have come out like that, like a false start, but the card did not come out like it was a false start. And I mean, honestly, we've got 3 cards here indicating healing. There's healing all over this, but so something happened to make you say, I give up. I'm going to figure out what that is. But I do feel like maybe your wishes for stability didn't quite happen the way that you want it. This is not a stable card, right? He's taken a leap off of a cliff. I mean, that's not stable, okay? And, you know, it's 0 out of 21 steps here that he's about to take. He's about to take a very long journey. He's got a very long, hard, crazy journey, if you ask me, ahead of him, okay? And look at the mountains around him. It's solid. That mountain is not moving. But who wants to climb up it? I mean, that's challenge. That's adversity. And maybe he thinks that he's going to take the easy way to go, you know, off the cliff rather than climb up the mountain. But no, I mean, gravity can be brutal, right? So I just am not getting the vibe here. Like, I don't know, maybe it started off la-di-da. We'll give this a whirl. And there you are, Aquarius, like, let's shoot for the stars. But your hopes and wishes that this was going to produce something stable, and absolutely not when we're talking about the Fool card. Or an Aries, if that's relevant. And I am seeing here that what resulted in this is a lot of shadow energy coming out. Let me find out what that shadow energy is, if I can. Oh, here it is. What is the shadow energy that keeps coming out for Aquarius? For Aquarius? For Aquarius. Forceful. Elusive. So I'm getting some kind of push-pull going on, right? Push-pull going on. And maybe you've given somebody your poker face. I don't know. But what are you trying to force here? A new beginning? Something that is stable? Some kind of results that you actually want, but it's just not. And this is what I am seeing needs to get healed. I'm also seeing that this shadow energy is coming up in the communications. It might have to do with family. Something about communications is what people are saying or not saying, and their inability to listen and hear people out, or their being indecisive, lackadaisical, not taking things seriously. I'm getting, again, this kind of immaturity. Well, gee, let's shoot for the stars. What could go wrong? And I'm also getting misaligned values here. And this could be in your relationships with your family, definitely with all the astrological activity going on in October. With the solar eclipse, we have, on the 14th, we have Uranus in our 4th house, which has been destabilizing our home lives since basically 2018. I heard something about shipwrecked, okay? And these misaligned values with a sense of where do I belong, whether we're literally talking, my sense of family, my home life, or actual piece of property, where should I reside? It's coming out in the communications or the lack of communication. Yeah, there's some kind of disagreement, and here we have an Empress where it looks like, again, that's a feminine energy, that's the home life and trying to get growth and expansion. But how do you do that with a burden on your back? And that's making somebody very, very guarded and going back and forth. And then, oh gosh, and it might have to do with this family resources and your career, okay? But I'm seeing the back and forth is, well, I'm trying to assert myself, I'm trying to speak up and communicate myself, but wait a minute, maybe it's no use, I should just kind of dip out of here. I don't even know if I belong here because I'm not being supported here, okay? Let me put that all back, all right? This is what needs to get healed. And some of you did. I am seeing you did vent. You let it out. You expressed yourself to try to heal the situation. Let me see what this fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, what is the shadow energy there? Shadow energy there, please show me. Embarrassment. Uh-oh. Anything else? Oh, wow. Emptiness, non-action, secretive. Yeah, that's rough. I don't know, again, if you're getting the full story. Maybe part of the conflict and the reason why you can't get into agreement with this person or ever get on the same page with them is because you're not getting any vulnerability. Like, I just did an Aquarian private reading today, and we pulled on 3 different people in that person's life. And with all 3 of them, I was getting emotional unavailability. Like, there's no transparency, there's no authenticity. Nobody in this Aquarian's life is willing to say, hey, this is what I want, and this is what I'm willing to do for it. And just have a moment of raw honesty and just lay your cards out on the table, because they don't want to be seen. They don't want to take the mask off. And that might have you doing the same thing, okay? Because honestly, this is your shadow energy, but this is theirs. Like, oh, you want to wear a mask? Okay, well then I can just poker face you then. Oh, you don't want to be vulnerable. Alrighty then, deuces. Peace out. Yeah, seriously. This person is not taking the action. Look at the contrast here as well. That's your shadow energy, that's theirs. It's not like you're ready to step in and do something, but they're not. So is this why you're doing the famous Aquarian disappearing act? Oh, we love it. We know how to do it, right? Like, oh, okay, you don't want to show up for me? You don't want to show up for, oh, okay. All right, then. I can do that too. But you know what? This is what's behind the mask. Look at that with this person. They're not feeling fulfilled. That's what's being hidden. And I don't know. They don't want to be weak or seen as weak, or I don't want to say that makes them weak. It doesn't. Please don't. See, I think that's what the embarrassment is. Like, I don't want to be seen as less than or needy. I've talked a lot on my channel about hyper independence in our culture, and I think this is the problem with so many people being emotionally unavailable these days and invulnerable, is that culturally we have connected neediness, having needs, as weakness. And that's the worst thing in this culture, is to be seen as needy and weak. Am I right? Because everybody is afraid of this, the zero-sum games. They're afraid of being taken advantage of. They are painfully aware of the fact that other people do not take their best interests as their own. So they don't even bother to say, you know, here's my need. Here's who I am behind the mask. Because if I take my mask off, what are you going to do to me? You might use my weakness to exploit me. You might see me as less than. Please tell me about the Seven of Wands in reverse. You have a Chariot and an Ace of Wands. Oh, wow. And the Moon. So I'm getting a lot of Cancer energy here, possibly Pisces and Sagittarius as well. Lot of lunar energy. And again, I'm getting this point of surrender. I'm being brought back to this guy of it's over, it's finished. I'm not fighting this anymore. I do see, however, this is an amazing new beginning, and some of you, it might have to do with traveling. I am going to say, though, that I feel there's a lot of there's a lot that remains unseen, okay? Some of you, you're going to have to be guided by spirit. This is a very spirit-led thing. And again, you're just going to have to, I'm getting this of whatever the way you thought it was supposed to be, or who it was going to be with, or how it was going to be, you know, whatever, you know, you're perspective in life is just out the window. You are going to get over some obstacles, okay? But honestly, the way you're going to get over the obstacles is what I'm sensing is it's going to be by spirit. Not, I'm hearing not thy will, but thy will be done. Okay, so like it's not going to be your sheer willpower, because I see, right, this is you and your willpower is like let go and let God. And here's God moving you over that blockage. It may involve travel, but I am also, again, with that tree there, I'm seeing family. Possibly I am seeing health for some of you. I don't know why I'm hearing that old song, Bridge Over Troubled Waters. That is, you know, I don't listen to that music. That's not my generation. It's something about bridge. Let's see. We're doing an unrushed reading, so I could probably just look it up, get the lyrics on that. Bridge Over Troubled Waters. I'll look it up. Tell me about this Ace of Wands. Again, fire sign, really heavy on the fire sign energy. So for some of you, I gotta say, this could be a new sexual union. Tell me about this. There's this trust issue again coming up, which we saw from the beginning, okay? What can you trust? Some of you, what I'm getting is, I don't know that you're going to be able, because I don't know that, I'm seeing something in its infancy with this puppy and this egg, and it's like, I don't know if this person, like, we kind of have this idealistic way of thinking, oh, well, I guess I'll get a new partnership with somebody that I can trust. But like I said from the beginning, everybody's got trust issues. So I don't know if you're going to try to find a way to work with somebody like you have trust issues, they have trust issues, and you're going to work through the shadow energy together. This might be a friend or a companion, okay? This is maybe somebody who, yeah, and that came out sideways. So again, there might have been something off with a commitment, okay? Commitment that ended, or they didn't quite commit, or there's something, no. I'm going to sit with that. There's something really murky about that with that moon. Like, I don't, tell me more about that moon. Tell me more about that moon. Some kind of jealousy or envy going on, and it might have to do with, again, in the communications, mistrust. Okay, there's this, I am getting like some of the emotional issues, there's doubt, there's fears, doubts, insecurities that need to be talked through. But people got to drop the mask, okay? This kind of crap that's showing up here. How do you overcome this shadow energy if people don't knock this off and just say, I'm having trouble trusting, and here's why. And I want to trust you, But I mean, what can I do to have faith to begin again? This is really deep. I don't know if I've gone a little bit too deep because I'm trying to understand. It's like on the most basic level. I think that you possibly have a new beginning in a relationship. I've seen it all over this spread. Right, it even said it here. And yeah, bringing love into a situation. And I'm going to tell you, if you've been dealing with this shadow energy, you're dealing with people who are emotionally unavailable. I feel like over the next 6 months, you are going to work through this with somebody who wants to work with it. Somebody, I'm not saying they're going to show up perfect, right? I don't know that God's going to bring somebody in who has this all worked out and figured out and they're all healthy and whole and blah, 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 like the self-help community and New Agers and law of attraction people like to tell us. Yeah, that's not my reality. I think this is two people who are in need of healing that are going to have a moment of honesty and recognize the brokenness within themselves and each other and make an agreement to work on that, as messy as that seems, okay? As messy as that seems. Let me look at this with the because you know, this isn't the foundation. This is like spirit. This is what's hinging all of it together. Is spirit wants you to be in a partnership, a divine union. Okay. Look at that lyrics. That's kind of a depressing song too. I mean, I listen to very melancholy type music, but that one's a downer. If I may say so. Like if I say it's a downer, dang it, it's a downer. Bridge over troubled waters. Please show me about this partnership. Yeah, I mean, basically with the Lover's card there, hinging this all together, this is Spirit saying, we actually want you to be in a partnership. We want you to be in a union, a Spirit-led union. But it might not be what you had envisioned. It might not be with the person or in the way that you had envisioned. It might not even be the one or the happily ever after, or as again the New Age community likes to say, that very fond of talking about twin flames. Like just you know, clear that all out your head, okay? All these little human ideas of what, you know, relationships can and should be, just let it go. Just throw it out the window. But I don't see that, right? This is not about dysfunction. This is actually the more I sit with this card, it's like choices of good versus evil, the truth, you know, it's looking at growth, it's looking at vitality, it's looking at being really spirit-led in a union that allows people to be more discerning in their decisions in relationships, and they learn from one another. This might also be a relationship where you are being asked to step more into your divine energy, right? Like if you're divine, like if you're with a divine masculine, you are allowing that masculine to, you know, take you to places worth going. Right. I mean, notice he is more in this masculine energy, which we're going to go back to this. He's creating, he's initiating. He's taking the lead, and she's letting him. She's got more of this receptive feminine energy. But again, in order for her to allow him to carry her, she's got to trust him. How do we trust when we got this nonsense going on? You're afraid of exploitation. You're afraid of being used, taken advantage of. So, yeah, this is saying... This is a song, Bridge Over Troubled Water, is a song about support and comfort during difficult times. They don't want you to go alone. If this is not about a romantic sexual union, this is family dynamics. Okay. And people, you being able to get into unions, sexual or not, that are actually supportive. Okay. Tell me more about this Lover's card. Tell me more about this Lover's card. Tell me more about this Lover's card. Finally. Let's look at that. Love. We want you to have love. Emotional openness. Page of Swords. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Eight of Cups. Queen of Wands, back to the fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Could be a feminine energy this time, but I think this is the confidence, having the confidence to be connected while being able to disconnect from the things that are in the way of you finding your happiness and overcoming challenges. Like you having the boldness to disconnect from things that are actually maybe in your mind holding you back from love, okay? You might actually be thinking about this. There might be a pattern of, I'm going to say this, a pattern of disconnecting. And I mean, I'm just going to say this as well. Back to the disappearing act, the Aquarian disappearing act that we do. And I've done a lot of it over the last year with my North Node in the 12th house. Let me say, I've been observing myself in this pattern, why I do this. And it's like, you know what, when you get to the point where you have all these feelings, but it has nowhere to go, no one to share it with, you start thinking within yourself, I should probably just disconnect, like, you know. But I'm getting the vibe off of this, like, there is a push here to have more boldness in your spirit. And in your mind. To disconnect from the things that are disconnecting you from love. If that makes any sense. It's something that is like gotten twisted or convoluted, right? Like we just pull back from people because we feel the pain. We feel the pain of what's not there, so we just walk away. Right? And people say Aquarius is cold and detached and blah blah blah. No, I have all of this. But I'm being met with this. So I'm just going to do this over here, walk away from it. But I feel like Spirit is saying, no, 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 no. We want this for you. This is actually an encouraging message for me. Because I'm like, well, who are they? They got to show up. Well, they're about as messed up as you are. That's the bad news. The good news is there's somebody there, okay? Let me tell you. Because you got two aces here. And this is love, 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 and sex all over it, okay? So you've got somebody there, especially with these lovers cards coming out. The good news is there's somebody there God is trying to bring in. The bad news is they're about as messed up as you are. And your messed up is, you know, that you're doing this because this is what's underneath it all, this fear of I'm not gonna get my needs met. And I think Spirit is wanting you to step into a lot more boldness, okay? I don't know how. We're gonna have to get advice on that, like how, because there's that Eight of Cups in reverse too in the outcome. So I'm just going to say, how does Aquarius, real quick, how does Aquarius get more love in their life? How does Aquarius get more love in their life? Wow. Heck, that went flying. At the foundation, you got romance. So some of you actually need to go out and wine and dine, or let somebody wine and dine you. I don't know how to do that because a lot of people are broke these days. Okay. Honesty is essential. Listen, I'm telling you, let's go back to the conversation of get this mask off, okay? You see it? I think you're dealing with people who are wearing masks, and here's what you're doing as a result. You're like, notice, she's kind of got her face turned. Back to the walking away. I totally believe this is Aquarian energy. Like, I'm going to put my back to you. I'm not going to, like, totally put my attention on you. I'm not going to look at you, you know, all the way. She's kind of got her back. Both of these. Why? Because you won't take your mask off. Can we have a talk about that damn stupid mask? Could you get that damn mask off? So that we can actually have some flow between us. Right, I'm going to go back to that last reading that I did for the Aquarians, where, you know, we were dealing with that Six of Pentacles as the main issue, or it was at the foundation or something. There's breadcrumbing going on that I didn't like, where they're just giving you barely enough. Why? Because I don't really want you to get to know me. Maybe if you get to know me, you're not going to like me anymore. You're not going to want to be around me. Or you're going to see that this is all I am under here. I'm not that pretty or sexy, actually, when I take the mask off. So you got romance. Lavish the one you love with personal attention and affection. Got to have honest conversations. Got physical touch there. For some of us, nothing is more important than tender touch. This might include a pat on the back or giving a hug to someone who needs it. So I'm also getting a message here that some of us Aquarians, what we do when we do this, it's not just on an emotional level, it's on a physical level. We just really start retracting. And I'm getting that the advice is, even if you've lost your words, to try to find your touch, okay? And then maybe the words, the honest words, can come online a little bit better. Let me find out about this. I think some of y'all do want to walk away again. Some of you are feeling like, yeah, I want to get the heck out of here. Like, this ain't my vibe. These people are crashing my vibe. This is not what, I don't know where this is going. I mean, is it going to be this again? Just let me leave. Can I get out of here? But with the Eight of Cups in reverse, this is an energy of you want to get on, you want to emotionally disconnect, but you can't. Why? Because are you avoiding something within your heart that Spirit wants you to face head on? Spirit is wanting you to, like, find your fire in your gut, to face it head on and have the honest conversation and press through. I know some of you are like, with 70, I told them, and they just do what they want to do anyway. Hey, look, I hear you. I hear you. And some of you are feeling hopeless about this, okay? Some of you feel very lost, very unanchored about this. And I'm getting an 8-month time span of you needing to, again, I'm being brought back to disconnecting, releasing, letting go of the results. It's almost like I'm getting more of a forgiveness of this is going to take some time for us to work through or to heal. And with the Three of Pentacles, yeah, it has to do with cooperation. For some of you, it might have to do with resources. And with the Justice card, maybe a Libra or a legal situation is relevant here. But I'm also getting, again, this karmic situation of there is some karmic lesson having to be learned about cooperation in relationships, values, sharing, working together, giving people what they need as you're getting what you need, which, you know, a lot of people get into a mess over this because they assume that what they value is what other people value, so then they give them that, and that's not what the other person valued. And the other person gives them what they value, and they're like, that's not what I wanted. And then there's a lot of resentment because people didn't get what they wanted. Well, if you would have just kind of had an honest conversation there to begin with in the first place, well, maybe we would have worked this all out. Like, oh, you want that? Actually, I have that to give to you, or I don't have that exactly, but I know somebody who does, or, you know, you figure it out. There's some kind of lesson here that has to be learned or assimilated. And I'm also getting that the 8-month time frame, yeah, that's, you know, eclipses unfold over 6 months, but it's during this time that you're having to just kind of almost learn along with people. It's not just you, it's them. And that's why you're having to disconnect from results, because it's almost like I'm getting the feeling of somebody who is, they're learning. You can't test them or try them quite yet, because the training wheels have not been taken off. Like, this is something that has to be, I know some of you are like, the hell with this shit? Do you know how old I am been dealing with this crap? I'm right there with you, okay? But I feel like also this is, some of you are dealing with people who are younger than you, family members. Some of you are dealing with people who are not younger than you, however, or they do have maturity, but this aspect of their lives of learning to be fair in matters, in their relational matters, being brought back to Libra with that new moon, you know, they didn't get to that lesson. Spirit has been having them work on other stuff, but now over the next 6 months, it's time to learn lessons about fairness in relationships and being cooperative and considering other people's values as your values are being considered. And yeah, I mean, I think I made my point with that. What are the intimacy issues that need to be dealt with during this time frame? I'm getting a lot. Anxious, I'm afraid of losing you or losing out on love. These fears make me seem needy. I told you, somebody doesn't want to come across as needy. They want to act like, I got this all. I don't need anybody. Pleasure or purpose driven. Is your focus short term or long term? Do you share the same values and vision? Authenticity. Be your flawsome self. When you're safe to be imperfect, you make it safe for others to learn and grow together. Head over heart. Someone relies more on logic and reasoning than feelings. Well, okay, I'm going to own this as the Aquarian's problem. The Aquarian's intimacy problem is that's why we're doing this. Because our mind says, I can't win at this. I can't win with this person. I got to get out of here. I gotta get out of here. Okay? And so some of us need to learn how to stop disconnecting from people where we need to plug in more. And maybe, and I'm not saying that you sit there and try to keep negotiating with someone who's non-negotiable or trying to make something work that ain't gonna work. What I'm saying is that you at least stay in the ring long enough so that they understand that their behavior is actually hurting other people. Because this is the problem, is, see, when we do this, we let people off the hook to where they can say some, you know, they can trash talk and say some shit like, oh, Aquarius is a cold-hearted biatch, you know? Oh, Aquarius is an ice queen. Oh, Aquarius would just cut people out. Aquarius has some cutoff games. No, Aquarius actually has a lot of this. We're containing this, honey. We're containing. We want to share this with you. We want to pour this out to you. But when you show up to the party like that, or like this, you know, and I'm getting this intuitively, like, we're actually, by doing this is letting people off the hook so they can make it like the problem is Aquarius being a cold-hearted bitch. Now the Aquarius is like, you need to step more into this. You need to have the boldness to tell people that This is ugly and it hurts. Wow. Holy crap. I'm going to have to like, oh, all right. Attachment trauma. I never learned how to recognize and meet my own emotional needs. So I'm going to say, like, I think that, yeah, obviously we're social creatures. We can't do everything on our own. We do need other people. But a lot of us in our families, and I do see with the astrology and even some of these cards here with the Four of Wands, family getting triggered, all right? Family room. This might go back to your childhood where you didn't speak up and open up about your feelings because you knew that you were going to be met with this, all right? You were dealing with people who never took their mask off, never have, never will, all right? So you learned, you trained yourself to just walk away. Do the Aquarius ghosting, right? Because you learned that it was hopeless, it was no use. This is really about you just standing up for your emotions and I guess getting more verbal and saying, yeah, that I don't like that. And I don't care. I don't care if at the end of the day you still don't agree with me and you still don't give me what I want. I'm going to have the audacity to not let you off the hook into thinking that this is all my fault. Oh no, honey, you gonna know. You gonna know how I feel about this. And you're not gonna pin it all off on me. And we can either work together or we can't. But if we don't work together, it's not because I didn't say anything. It's not because I didn't tell you how I felt. Some of you unfortunately been trained to not even speak up about how you feel. You're afraid of pushing people away or being sabotaged. Oh, look at this. How sweet. Some of you do have a reconciliation coming here. Someone from your past returning to your life. Make the effort, but it's the kind of effort. Because I do feel that in the past, the effort you were making was just to peace on out of there. When you weren't getting this, when they weren't meeting you with that, okay? But I think this is about you trying to make the effort to bring the peace, all right? To say, no, actually, I do have feelings, and actually, I do care about that, and I do want that, and, and I really would like you to drop that stupid mask you've been wearing. Okay, I just got another one and it went flying. Love yourself first. Well, we got self-love twice here. So your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. Honestly, I think this is about you standing up for and advocating your feelings. Forgiving and learning is at the foundation. So again, I'm going to go back to what I said earlier on, that you have, I think, a new partnership coming in, but this is not this perfect little, law of attraction person that you law of attracted and blah, 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 no. This is a flawed human being, okay? And you're about to have a real flawed relationship. I know it sounds so exciting and romantic, but hey, it's real. And those of you tuning into my channel probably do so because I don't blow smoke up your double ass. I'm not gonna sell you a potion or a spell or whatever to auto-magically make life easy, because I don't roll like that. But that is, I think, all I have for you, and I hope you enjoyed this. And please know that I'm wishing you all the best. Be blessed.